Welcome to WesternSlopeNow.com. Meteorologist Russ Pappas here. This is a look from earlier today. Generally, we do these web updates around 4 p.m., and this was the view. We had thin, high clouds. These clouds are going to continue building in across the area, and that will be beneficial for low temperatures. The clouds, however, for at least the next 12 to 24 hours, aren't going to do much other than help moderate our low temperatures, especially. We've been in the freezer as of late. I'll talk about those numbers in a moment, but on radar, the clouds not revealing anything. So we're getting into this quiet, dry pattern, but it's only temporary. We're going to be looking at increased cloud coverage throughout Monday evening into Tuesday and throughout the day on Tuesday. But look, late Tuesday afternoon, we have some snow developing in the northern mountain zone. Some of that snow will push into the central mountains into Wednesday, and by default, we could see some of that activity back into our region. Minimal snow totals expected for the Grand Mesa, Montrose County, but we're going to look at a slight chance of developing some snow showers out of this. I don't know that we'll get a whole lot of accumulation out of it, but this is the pattern. What we have going on is we've returned to the La Nina weather pattern, and that was the storm pattern we experienced throughout late November and early December, where the storms, while they originated in the Pacific Northwest, that's where they stayed, and they traversed the United States along the northern tier states and along the international border with Canada. And so these storms, one after another, several of them within a 5-day period, just glanced. They weren't direct hits for Colorado. They're just glancing blows. And as a result, the northern zones especially, and sometimes the central mountains, pick up added snow. So we'll do this through Tuesday. We'll get our cloud coverage. We'll get some snow going. Wednesday, we'll get another system passing through. And this system on Wednesday should produce snow shower opportunities for Grand Junction and for Montrose. But these are not deep totals, and there's zero expectation that it's going to be as good as what we just got off of, because that was an entirely different pattern that had dipped relatively south, whereas these are remaining primarily north of the state. So we'll get probably a third one coming through by the end of the week, and it'll do the same thing. It'll keep the northern mountain zones in with some fresh snow. It'll keep, in fact, a winter storm warning that starts Tuesday at 11, goes through Thursday 11. So we're talking 11 a.m. Tuesday, 11 p.m. Thursday. And the expectation in that area is another 1 to 2 feet of snow. There will be some travel impacts expected, particularly along the State Highway 40 there, but also Vail Pass is going to have some impact. And of course, any amount of precipitation in any form hitting the roadways is going to create more problems. We've had some serious problems on I-70 for this day, January the 3rd, 2022. Hasn't been ideal for about 24 drivers with pileups occurring in the Glenwood Canyon area. So make no mistake, we have cold temperatures. Just at 4 o'clock today, not many of us were near the 30-degree mark. In fact, many of us were at least half of that degree. High temperatures for the day. Safe to say that these are going to be put in the book because we have our sun going down officially just after 5 p.m. Our days are getting longer, but temperatures are struggling right now because with the snow we have on the ground, these are the high temperatures. We're supposed to be in the mid-30s. Delta came pretty close, but when you're in the 20s, no. That is at least 15 degrees colder than we should be. Thankfully, we don't have a whole lot of wind, but with these temperatures and a little bit of wind between Montrose and Delta, that's creating a wind chill. And that is something I'm kind of concerned with, because if you're outside for a prolonged period of time, the temperatures feel significantly colder, even with these light winds. Now, we will slowly increase the wind speeds for the next couple of days into the breezy category. So I think some of our top wind gusts could get to the 20-mile-per-hour zone by Wednesday, and possibly even stronger by the end of this week. Not a whole lot of fun when you're dealing with these cold temperatures and you have the stronger winds, because that means, obviously, wind chill. But the wind is going to help clear out the lower valleys. That'll get the inversions that are in place because of the snow that's on the surface, on the valley floors. That's creating colder temperatures in these elevations and warmer temperatures above. So some of our ski resorts, some of our mountain levels are actually going to be warmer than these lower valleys because the warm air above traps the cold air below, cold air courtesy of the snowpack. So we're going to try to get these winds to clear us out. We have a couple of opportunities this week to do that. In the meantime, this is what we dealt with Monday morning. Minus 18 degrees in Gunnison. I saw a minus 22 reading around Gunnison County. So very cold for the valley there. Minus readings for Grand Junction and Montrose this morning too. We had single digits in the forecast, and with wind we expected to be in the minus reading category, but with the official temperatures coming in this morning in the minus readings, that again is a cold start. And we're going to do it again tomorrow. We're supposed to be, Montrose is fairly close to where we should be for this time of the year. Mid-teens, 13 to 17 degrees is about average for this time of the year. Grand Junction, Delta, we're going to fall short of that because of the inversions. And of course, we'll maintain light wind speeds. The added cloud coverage is increasing our temperatures compared to where we were Monday morning. So Tuesday morning, you're not going to feel the difference, but it's not going to be nearly chilly as it was to start the week. And then getting into Tuesday afternoon, again, mid-30s is the typical high temperature for this time of the year between the Highway 50 corridor. It'll be a struggle to get there, but once we get the wind swinging through midweek for Grand Junction, that should help blast out some of the cold air that's trapped at the surface. Now, looking at Wednesday and then again at Saturday, those are the opportunities to get some of the snowflakes going. Not so much for Grand Junction, but we will maintain just a slight chance. We're talking 20 to 30% chance Tuesday night into Wednesday, Wednesday night into Thursday, and then again Friday into Saturday. It's not even showing up on the extended forecast, but it's just something to keep in mind. We do have this cold air. We're going to try to mix it out with the wind. It's not a lot of wind. It's just breezy conditions. Dry conditions should remain through the weekend. With this particular La Nina pattern, storms are going to avoid Colorado as a direct hit, but they'll try to linger into the, or a glancing blow, if you will, into those northern mountain zones. So if you're going to chase storms, I'd head up to the Rabbit Ears Pass, but even as far south as the Flat Tops could be impacted with this strong, with this system that's passing through. Not strong for all areas, because the further south you go, for example, the San Juans, barely will register on the snow meter this time. So this is where we're sitting for the next, at least through the extended period. We will be looking at more storms into the beginning of next week. We'll see if that pattern can develop, but it appears it's going to track west to east north of us. Again, that La Nina pattern overwhelmingly present this winter, with the exception of that significant December to remember series of storms.